everyone, welcome to my channel Omega Electronics. Here is the programming part. Here is the program of Python and here is the program of Arduino. So let's see the program of Python first. So here in the program you will need two libraries, that is first your PySerial and then PyAutoGUI. This PySerial library helps us to communicate with the serial devices with the help of Python, and this PyAutoGUI helps us to automate keyboard and mouse with Python. If you want to install these two libraries in your system, you have to just write pip install PySerial and pip install PyAutoGUI in your command prompt or in terminal. Then PyAutoGUI.false equals false. So guys, this line help us to prevent any error when we move our cursor to the corner of the screen. Then port equals serial.serial COM7. This COM7 is the port number in which my Arduino is connected. So my Arduino is connected in port number 7. Then 9600. It is the speed through which my Arduino will communicate with this PC. Then after that, while true, infinite loop. Then line equals port.readline. This readline function will read the data line by line. Then after that, if line, then a variable string equals line.decode. This decode function helps to convert the byte string into a Unicode string. Then after that, here in the void setup, I started the serial communication with the baud rate 9600. It is the same speed which I have written in my Python program. Here you can see 9600. Then after that, here pin mode SW, which is my switch as input pull up. That means initially it will be in the high state. So when we press it, so will turn in the low state as we will connect one end to the ground. Then after that, here in the void loop, a variable x direction will store the analog value of the x-axis potentiometer, and this y direction variable will store the y-axis potentiometer data. Then this switch state, it will read the digital values of this 2-number pin in which my switch is connected. So after that, here guys, to understand this program, let's see the program of the Arduino so that we can understand well this program there. So here is the program of Arduino. So at first I had made a constant integer SW2. It's the switch which is connected to my digital pin number 2, and A5. My x-axis potentiometer is connected to the analog 5 pin, and my y-axis potentiometer is connected to A4 pin. And here is two variables are made, that is x direction as y direction. So this will store the analog reader data of x and y potentiometers. Then an integer SW state, so it will store the state of the switch, that is when it is pressed, a high signal means 1, and when it is not pressed, then 0. So then after that, you will need your screen width and height. So to get your screen width and height, you can just go to Python and set as new file, Python file, PyAutoGUI, then print PyAutoGUI dot size. So from this command you will get your screen width and height. So let's run this command. So here is display guys. My screen width is 1366 and height is 768. So according to my width and height of my computer screen, so my height is 768 and my width is 1366. The data from the potentiometers are coming from 0 to 1023, but I want it between 0 to 768 as it is my height, which is x direction like this, and my width that is 1366. The minimum value is 0 and maximum is 1203, which is coming from the y-axis potentiometer. So as a result, I want the values of my width from 0 to 1366. Then after that, we are sending data from this Arduino to the Python, that is my data of x-axis, data of y-axis, and the data of switch. So it will go in bunch, so it is really difficult to identify which is for what values. So that's why I have used here a special character x, y, and hashtag. Here x is for the x-axis data, and here y is for the y-axis data, and here hashtag is for the switch data. So here it will send the x-axis data, that is x map the values of x-axis, that is between 0 to 768 with x. So if it will send like this 0x. So this data is been sent to the Python. So then it will receive like this. If string have x, here you can see as x data, this data include x, so it will go in this control statement, and then after that a variable data1 which will store the replaced value of x. So here I am replacing x with an empty string. So now there will be no x, we are just using it for identify. Then I am converting this data into integer, and converting this data into integer, then printing in this my terminal. Then after that here elif y. Similarly, if the data come like this 0y, so here 0y, this data's come this y-axis 0y, so it will go in this control statement as there is y in this string. Then it will variable data2 which will store the replaced value of y with an empty string. Then this empty string is then converted into data, converted into an integer. Then I am printing this in my terminal, this data. Then here is pi_GUI.move2. This move2 function help us to move the mouse, the pointer of my mouse from one point to another. So data1, it will take first the width, that is my y-axis, it will take this first, and then data1 which is my x-axis, this, then a duration, so it is the duration 0.001 seconds. Then after that here if elif hashtag. So similarly, if a switch is pressed, then with this data hashtag 6 will go. So why I'm choosing here 6? So you can choose any number, but hashtag 6, so it will go to the Python, so serial communication, then hashtag 6, then it will go in this control statement elif hashtag in string to hashtag. So inside that data3, this variable will store the replaced value of this hashtag from this empty string. Then this data3 is converted into an integer. Then I'm printing this integer in my terminal. Then here is another control statement, if data equals 6, so whenever button is pressed hashtag 6 comes. After removing hashtag, we have removed here hashtag from this empty string, 6 remains. So guys, so it will be true, and then pi_GUI.click, from this click function we can click like this in our screen. So here's the full program completed. So here a delay is used, so it is added to work smoothly. So here's the full program completed, guys. Thank you.